Good morning. It's Saturday. I wasn't going to film today, but all of a sudden I'm doing enough stuff that I feel like if I don't film this, then you guys are going to be out of the loop. So might as well keep you in the loop, right? I just got back last night from my trip to Pontiac, Illinois. Went out to the Precision Planting PTI farm, Precision Technical Institute, I think. They got 400 acres there in Pontiac, Illinois, where they do a lot of research type trials and stuff and testing different management practices and fertility practices and all kinds of stuff. Really good trip. Golden Harvest is a huge sponsor with Precision Planting out there, and they use a lot of our genetics. We get to see our stuff under their intensive management practices and really push the potential out of it, and had a lot of good luck with it. So that was a great trip. Had a really good time. This morning, Dad took the boys to the tile field where they're tiling, so we're going to go down there with the gator in a minute and get them because he can't watch them all day, and just see how things are going down there. While I was gone, I guess Jack came up and fixed the mower, put new blades on, and replaced those clutch packs and that one slip clutch, which I saw the old ones on the bench. They actually weren't that bad. They probably didn't need to be changed, but that's okay. And then him and Brock yesterday did quite a bit of mowing on that wheat stubble. So that is good. I think there's still some more that needs to be done, but we're at least making progress there. I am pumping out our dike here because it rained at some point in the last week, and we got lots of green water. And I don't like that. We've got to pump this one out. And we're going to try and spray a load of fungicide this morning. So this is a long intro. But we have a little bit of some Miravis Neo left in these jugs that I cleaned out of that shuttle. It was extra when we finished cleaning or spraying beans a couple weeks ago. But our beans are now at that like R5 growth stage, and I've talked to some guys that have done some R5 fungicide applications on beans. Seem to have pretty good luck with it, and so, well, I've got the fungicide here. Let's try some, right? So just got one field that we're really trying to push it, and so I'm gonna mix up one batch. It'd be 7.5 gallons of this Miravis Neo, enough for 80 acres, and we will 70 acres, I guess, and we'll go spray that part of that field, maybe make a strip through another field just so we have some side-by-sides and some data on that. So that's the plan here for this morning, and we have to do all of this before it rains. Oh, we're also going to go up to the irrigation field and see what's in our rain gauge up there because I haven't been up there all week, and just take a look around. And it's supposed to rain at some point today. We're going to mow lawn today. I might take my kids to lunch and putt-putt golfing today. I don't know. We'll see. So we got lots going on. That water's a little thick down there. She's got some algae growing in it. There's probably some fertilizer and nutrients from where we spilled stuff, but it should filter across the driveway and then down through our kind of waterway filter strip there and suck a lot of that nutrients out. That's why we do it that way. I do have water running into the tanks. We don't need a lot, but we need 1,200 gallons to spray one load. We don't like leaving water in those tanks when we're not going to use it because, well, it gets algae in it. I got that pit pumped out until it pumped empty. We got to let the water flow into the sump a little bit, and we'll do some more. Let's go pick up the boys. Oh, look how nice this is. Oh, got this whole side mowed down. Very nice. There's the mower sitting there. We can take a look at that. Yeah. Nice new sharp blades on there. That makes a difference. So, and then Jack put a new clutch discs in this slip clutch. That's the one we smoked. Like I said, they old ones didn't actually look bad. We probably didn't need to, but we'll put those in the parts bin and use them for when we may in the future. But Dad's back here in the backhoe. I see a hydro working. Let's go see what all we got. They've dug up a bunch of tile holes, got all their equipment moved over here. I don't know if they're done on the other side then, must be. There's a main right there. 6 or an 8 probably. Letting Brayson drive. Brayson steals his hat every single time. So I assume they're digging up old ones here, just trying to locate stuff. It's time to go!
No, it's not on your head.
Why do you keep taking Grandpa's hats?
Because he loves me.
Oh, now Ryland's got it. What are you doing here?
The white flags are the old tile.
Old plastic that we put in?
Old plastic that Jim Shaver put in
1980, okay.
And the white ones, that's the white flags. The orange ones are the new tile lines we're going to run this through.
How wide are the whites?
The white ones average between 49 and 60.
So, okay. So that's what we're doing. We're splitting the tile lines out here. You can see, I'll show you the flags more, but there's a whole row of flags that are old and new, and we're just splitting between them. Look at that. I mentioned the word sprayer, and they're like, we're coming. Hey! Give Grandpa his hat back. So if you look down in this hole right there where this white flag is, there's a tile. That's what all of these white ones are. And they're 50 to 60 foot on center, I guess. And then the orange ones are where we're going to put new strings in and split them. Because in our ground, in our heavy clay, there's another one. They're black plastic. That's interesting. Most of our fours are white, but these were put in 1980. It's before we owned this farm. Anyway, we really need to be on like a 30-foot spacing. Yep, it's down there. So that's what they've been doing is locating the old ones and getting ready to string the new ones. So you can see there's two guys out there right now probing for tile, trying to find them. Mower did a pretty nice job out here, but we get these piles sometimes. I think we need to adjust the pitch of it and tip the front down so that the back end is higher. It'll let the stuff discharge out of it better. I think it would do a better job then. But there we got our chicken litter pile for this field. Soon, we'll get to that soon. Boy, my windshield's dirty again. Anyway, we've made it up here to the field we're irrigating. We've got water laying in the paths, so we're not dry. We're not starting it up, that is for sure right now. And it is supposed to rain today and tomorrow and Monday. So there's a pretty high likelihood that we aren't starting the pivot up, or the traveler up for quite a while. And there's a slight possibility that we're done. Like, if we get rain this weekend, like they're talking, and then maybe another one a week or a week and a half from now, we may not start the irrigation back up at all, which I'm perfectly fine with, because natural rain is better than irrigation rain, and we're gonna have a ton of corn up here and everywhere else because it's rained. So we will see. We're gonna drive around it a little bit. We'll stop somewhere and take a look at some ears, but yeah, she looks pretty good. All right, so we were driving around this field. Our pump sits over there in that corner, and we're coming along this edge, kind of going around the backside. The river is right here, right? And we have some corn on this edge that's not very good because 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I guess, Dad moved a bunch of dirt back here, and he used the scrapers and took stuff off. And the first 3 or 4 rows there is just not topsoil or fertility. It's just what it is. But I'm driving along, and all of a sudden I see all these corn plants laying here. I'm like, what the heck? Deer, dang, them deer. But then I looked a little closer, and well, that doesn't look like deer. And how did those get drug way out into there? You know what this is? I know what this is. Okay, so look at where they're cut off. Way down here at the bottom. Something's chewing these corn stalks off. And then look, they're all kind of getting drugged towards the river. Why is there a trail of corn going into the river? Beavers. We have beavers trying to cut our corn down and use it to build a dam in the river because we don't have any small trees here for them to get. I don't see any of it actually in the river, and it's wet, and I'm wearing shorts, so I'm not crawling down in there. But that is from beavers.
I like beavers.
Ryland's favorite animal, beavers. Uh-huh. There's another trail. They're just dragging them into the river. Dang, they're stealing all of our corn, Ryland.
Thank you, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Daddy.
Right, and tell everybody what you were for Halloween last year.
A beaver.
A beaver. We have a beaver costume because for some reason that's what we like.
Thank you, Daddy, for planting this corn.
Corn for the beavers.
For the beavers. With the lead of it before you harvest.
No, that would be bad.
That would be really good.
Oh,
Thank you, Beaver.
you're not going to be a very good farmer if that's how you think. Yeah, I'd say we still got plenty of moisture up here. So hopefully it'll rain again this weekend. This is some of our 10D21. Look at all of this Japanese beetle damage. Just every single one there for a ways. Now, like I said, it was all after pollination. These ears still filled out, so I don't think it hurt us. Maybe a little bit on these, actually. But I'm not happy about that, especially since they were supposed to put insecticide in with my tassel fungicide application, which was in plenty of time to prevent that. So, yeah. Got one? Peel it open. Oh, that looks like a really good one. All right, while he finishes husking that one, I'm looking at some leaves here, and we've got some tar spot. We've got more tar spot than what I have seen so far. It's progressing a little bit. Well, that one's not. Neither is that one, but the other leaf that I found, there was a bunch. Yeah, that's a little concerning. It's making me think, but I'm pretty sure, we'll look at this here, but I'm pretty sure we're past the point where it makes any sense to spray. So, but our fungicide residual has pretty well...
Did we spray this field?
We did, but it was a long time ago. That fungicide residual has run its course. It's no longer really protecting this corn. So with tar spot, it takes... I've always thought it was 21 days. It takes 21 days from the time of infection to be actually able to see the lesions on the leaf like we can start to here. They tell me that's 14 to 21 days, but essentially I was seeing a few lesions before we sprayed it, and then we sprayed. Well, some of those, that looks like a good ear. Some of those spots that we saw appearing after we sprayed were stuff that was already infected into the plant. And so what we did was stop those lesions from putting spores out and spreading to the next kind of slow degeneration down in there with our fungicide, with that residual overlapping when they were forming the spores and spreading.
Oh, is this the one you looked at?
It is the one I looked at, yep. And anyway, it certainly helped, but it's to the point now where that fungicide is no longer protecting these leaves. Tar spot is going to spread. The question is, we've got ears that look like this. How much more are we going to protect it? And I don't know.
Really good.
It's still growing really good. We're at beginning dent, just starting to see some dent in these kernels, and we've probably got 45% dry matter in this ear, so we've got 65% water. We need it, by the time it's done, to be down to 15% water, and when it's mature, when it's black layered, it'll be about 35%. So we've still got some material to pack into this ear. We needed the plant to be healthy, but it is not going to take a lot of time, especially with this hot and or as much heat and dry or wet conditions, moisture as we have. Yeah, the disease may come in and take over, but if it's 3 weeks from now before it gets to the point where it's killing the plants off, how much is that going to affect the yield? I don't think it's going to be that much. Okay, we came over to the other side of the field. We've got our 12S75. This is super tall. Yep, you can pick that one. Brayson wanted to pick one, and I said, you're not even going to be able to reach it.
I am.
You got it? And Ryland's going to get one too. You guys pick all my corn, then I won't have any to harvest this fall with the combine.
Dad, this
What?
field has 170 acres.
It does have 170 acres. You're correct.
I got it, Daddy.
Okay, peel it off. All right, let's take a look at this stuff, see what we got. Man, that is tall. Okay, a couple of really interesting things here. One, you see that tar spot right in the middle? That one's a little more defined and raised than I have seen, and there are more smaller lesions. The tar spot is progressing. But look at this. Do you see right there? You know what those are? Those are corn aphids. Oh no. There's 4 of them on that leaf. I'm a little concerned, to be honest. Oh yeah, it's got some bug damage on the end because the ear grew right out of the husks. It's so big. Okay, keep shucking them, boys. I gotta keep looking. Oh my, I'm getting concerned. Very, very concerned. There's a lot of tar spot on this.
Huh?
There's a lot of tar spot in here. This is one leaf below the ear leaf. This is the ear leaf. It's not as bad, but it's there. I'm gonna have to make some phone calls. I don't know what happened to this one. It's dead. Could have been a deer walk through and take a bite. I don't see any physical damage, but something happened to that one. All right, that's not good. It's not good. So there's one of the 12S. Again, just beginning to dent.
But look.
Yeah, it didn't fill out all the way to the tip, but that's okay. It looks pretty good. That's a big fat ear.
I think grew more than that.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just really, really concerned about this tar spot. I'm gonna have to make some phone calls here. All right, quick call to the agronomist, and we discussed some stuff and didn't really come up with any answers just yet. But a couple of things I'm noticing as I'm looking at this tar spot, and I'm sorry that we're focusing on this, but all of a sudden this became a huge issue to me. So on the north side of our irrigation lane, we've got this big gap, right? Big opening here, and these leaves are totally exposed, and they are just completely covered in tar spot. Like, it's completely covered as it gets, right? But as we move up the plant, yeah, it's there, but we're not completely covered. And especially as we get way up high, we're not completely covered. And if we move out in here a little bit and look up at these, again, it's there, but it's not nearly as significant. Even on the lower leaves here, it's there and it's heavier than the upper canopy, but not like it is on the outside row. So that makes me optimistic that maybe it's just this outside edge for some reason is covered in it. We got some wind blowing it in or something and it's landing here. I don't know, but some of these lesions are getting quite a bit of size to them. But then if I come over here to this side, it's still here. Yeah, this leaf is covered in it. I didn't think it was as bad on this side, but it is. About when we walk out in a row. Yeah, look at the end of that leaf. It's not good. That's not good. So we're going to think on this over the weekend. I'm sending some pictures to him. He's going to talk to some other agronomists. The problem is how far along our corn is. Boys, you got some of those ears I can look at?
Yeah.
They've picked half of them.
After he's done this one, you're going to look.
Which ones did you pick from right here? And which one was your one from earlier?
This one was.
This one was from right here. Okay, so that's just barely starting to dent.
No, it was this one.
It was this one. Same stage. I mean, most of those are full kernels. We got a little red streak in there. Interesting. Grayson's got a good one. Can you get that opened up so I can look at it? Now this one's farther along. We got more dented kernels in this ear.
Because I can open it faster.
I think this is the first one that he had picked on the other side of the field. That's the 10D. So, yeah, we'll see. Well, I don't know that we're going to need to worry about spraying fungicide because the boys picked it all. Anyway, that is not what I wanted to see. Not at all. I wanted to come back and look at the 10D21 again after what I saw over there. And yeah, it's not as bad, but then you find this leaf. And you find this leaf. Now, those are way down on the plant, so not as concerning. It is not as bad here, but there are tar spot lesions here. Concerning. That's part of the equation here too, is that, you know, if we're going to spray this, we have to spray the whole field. So if only one of the two varieties is going to benefit from it, that makes my payback a lot harder. I got to have basically twice as many bushels off of those to justify it. And it doesn't look bad here. So I got to think we're too late. But I'm just not sure. All right, we're back. Time to work on our spraying stuff. So we gotta pump some more water out of these spots, and then we can get it loaded up. Okay, so we are loading up here. We are loading up a batch of Miravis Neo, fungicide only. And we're gonna go spray some late beans, R5 growth stage beans, which is full length but still flat pods clear up at the top of the plant. That's what we're looking for. And This is not a standard application for us, not something that we have ever done really before, but I have the fungicide here, so I want to try it. So we're just mixing up enough to try it. And I've got one field I'm really pushing soybean yields on. I'm kind of sort of hoping for 100 bushel beans. I don't know if that has actual possibility or not, but we're gonna put some fungicide on them again and try and see what happens. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I would throw some insecticide in if I had any insecticide. I do not, so we're just gonna not worry about that, but it'll be all right. So the boys are waiting patiently in the cab for me, and as soon as we get full of water, we'll go spray this. All right, finally, we're ready to go.
Are we going to Berkey?
No, we're not going to Berkey. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Where I
Guess you'll have to stand up. Oh.
Drive on it.
Somebody put a big pile of chicken litter in our path, boys. It wasn't Grandpa. So we're only going to make a round in this field.
Uncle Phil.
No, it was the chicken litter people. We're going to go out here past these electric poles a little ways and make it down and back and then pull out of here. And then there's another field that we're going to spray the rest of this out in. But these are my 3-3 beans that have looked good all year. It was the first planted ones. Should be really good beans. And I thought a good spot to make a test strip. So you can see our sprayer tracks from the last fungicide application, which according to my monitor was 27 days ago in this field. They're pretty well closed up. So we are making new tracks, or at least knocking branches off that have filled in the gaps if I'm good enough to drive in the same spot. But I don't know. It's an experiment. We're trying it. This is why it's just what we do. We experiment. Oh man, this field here's got tile lines that we put in last year. I forgot, it's really rough. Should have remembered that, but these are my best beans, so we're gonna spray them. For some reason my auto steer's not working. There's no button to turn it on and off, and I don't know what the deal is, but we're only doing this one load, so I'm not gonna mess with it. These beans are pretty tall out here. They're a little uneven. I don't know why that is exactly, if they're just, I don't know. But it's kind of interesting being out here at this growth stage in a piece of equipment, sprayer up high. I know it's from the cab, but it gives me a little bit of a look out here and stuff. And last year I found the white mold that we had, started seeing it when I was spraying fungicide earlier. And I didn't see any when I was doing any earlier this year, and I don't really see any now. I have seen a few plants that look like they may have some SDS in them. But for the most part, I haven't seen white mold this year, and I don't know if there's any around in the area or not. Most all of my beans got heads up on it, which is supposed to control white mold, or at least help. So, yeah, we'll see. But these beans look pretty good for the most part. I'm happy with them. Unload. 3 fields even. We got done. We got a good chunk of that second field done, and I had 150 gallons left, so I thought, let's take it back to the farm and we'll do a couple of rounds out here in this field behind the barns down our lane. So we did that. We are empty. We are trying to get the boom folded up. We are done with the sprayer for a while. We'll probably do some more spraying this fall in wheat stubble and potentially in some corn stalks, but we don't have anything else to spray for a while. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the barn, and it's about lunchtime, so we're done with that for now. Putt-putting with the boys. Oh, down the hill. Oh, good shot, Brayson. Don't let it hit you, Rylan. All right, well, we just got back from golfing, and it rained a little bit. Not a lot, but enough that we can't mow lawn or really do much outside. And it's a Saturday, so I'm gonna work on my electrical here in my garage a little bit. I got some big heavy wire to put a couple of 50 amp circuits in. So anyway, thanks for watching today. Have a great night. Hopefully this tar spot isn't as big a deal as we think it is, or I'm a little concerned it might be, but we will see. We'll deal with it again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Farm Focus merchandise. Not mine, but go buy some anyway. Thanks. See you guys.